Hello. Let me double check, see if I'm recording. I'm in a different area, so I'm unable to give you the cool background that I normally give you. But this video will be quick, just because I'm elsewhere. But yeah. So I did a post recently, or today I should say, where it's just like it was a cartoon and it was two parents letting their kids go off to school, and the kids are in hazmat suits and the parents have their masks on, and the joke was, the kids are obviously getting into the pandemic and stuff. But it got me into like a heavy subject, which I wanted to just express, which I found interesting. And I've noticed this a while back also. Um, Not being for or against anything, I just wanted to state the topic of, uh, well, I guess first I should say that in the comic, I also made the gesture of a year prior to that comic being made, it would have been bulletproof backpacks and bulletproof attire for the children because of school shootings and stuff like that. So the heavy topic I want to bring up sort of is, shootings. I guess the pandemic has kind of chilled that. Ironically, well, I don't even say, even with the Black Lives Matter, there's been, I don't know every article, but I would say their deaths are still there, which is sickening. But they're not shootings. Scratch that, scratch whatever I said. I don't know enough about that. I don't even want to touch it. But in terms of school shootings, I'm not seeing a lot of articles or anything of that sort. I'm not searching it either. But it's like I'm not being force fed any articles that are about anything of the sort, any type of shooting or anything. Well, Jeff, schools are closed. Yes, so that is very much true, but you would think if we were going to talk about like mental health or an issue like that, I don't know, maybe they would attack something else. But that's what makes it so interesting. That's what makes the topic so interesting is, it's not like they're trying to hit up beaches, or parks or just any other place where people might actually be at, like in the masses, if that's their goal. It makes you wonder what their strict agenda is. Do they only want to hurt kids, uh, stuff like that, like kids that they know, people like that? Do they only want to make their name that way? So this is like a good time to kind of gauge that type of mentality. What is it that creates these horrific things? Did these people that wanted to do the shootings, are they now more focused on their health? Do they have a mental break? Medications? You know what I mean? Like, I'm not even trying to be pro this or pro that or anything. I just want to talk about any variable. Like, what is it besides schools being closed and that there's this pandemic, elsewhere that's like causing or reverting people to not do these other horrific things? You would think this would be a time to do like a lot of robberies or something because you can wear a mask and not look like a weirdo. But none of that. So it's just really interesting to get into like human behavior and what causes this or that. So anyway, just a little food for thought. Remember, all these videos and all these posts are just to get you to think, get your brain stimulated, and start questioning things and be like, all right, yeah, why do this? Yeah, you know. Another thing that I bring up is because I'm starting a nonprofit, and so with that, people only focus on getting the kids into schools. They don't want to focus on anything else. What I'm trying to do is like, okay, well, if you want to be a true leader or boss or anything, or just if you want to just think outside your realm, you got to tackle tasks outside of the major one facing you. Sometimes there's a lot of sub ones you have to do. I always like to think of like Game of Thrones, and it's like you have to fight the White Walkers, but first you got to persuade these people to join your army, and that's a battle in itself. So it's like, I just want to put solar onto schools, and I want your help, but their focus is children, and making sure the internet works for them and that they can focus, and the agendas for that. So anyway, that's a side note to put on top of this thing too. Anyway, food for thought. Hope you liked it. Hope you found it interesting. Ciao.